Welcome to the first episode of the Pro Trader Report. In this series, we will be going through the markets and showing you guys the top trading opportunities that we predicted in the Pro Trader Report. We'll be talking you through how we made these predictions, where they are now, and also what we're expecting to happen next. So if that sounds interesting to you, and if you want to learn how to point out very accurate trading opportunities, then you definitely want to hit that subscribe button, followed by the notification bell to be alerted when we come out with our weekly videos, and hit that like button for me while the intro and disclaimer roll. And I'll be right back to explain a little more about what OTZ means and a little more about the Pro Trader Report. See you guys on the other side. Welcome back, traders. So I have a question for you before we begin. Have you ever heard of the acronym OTZ? Comment below and let me know. My guess would be that you haven't, and the reason is because I created this term and I created an entire system around this term called the OTZ system, which stands for Optimal Trading Zone System. You see, for the majority of us traders, most of the time, we're looking for the next best strategy. We're looking for the next best entry reason, but what we don't seem to consider very often is what is the best place in the market? What is the optimal place in the market or the optimal trading zone for us to actually place trades around that entry reason or strategy? And I'm not just talking about regular support and resistance. I mean, what is the optimal situation for us to place a trade? That, for me, is called an OTZ, or an optimal trading zone. And what we're going to talk about is the optimal trading zone on the pound dollar pair you see in front of you that obviously pushed the market down by over 169 pips in just a few hours. And first thing we're going to do is talk about the prediction on this pair. We actually made this prediction on Monday morning at 2:37 a.m. I'm going to go to that in the Pro Trader Report that we sent out to everyone involved in this program. So in the Pro Trader Report, we send this out once a week, every Monday morning. And in this specific example, you can see that we said the first pair of the week is the pound dollar. This pair is coming into a counter trend optimal trading zone, OTZ. As you can see, we have multiple levels of resistance looking left around this zone that could cause the pound dollar to have a major counter trend push down at some point this week. For that reason, I will personally be looking for counter trend opportunities this week in the red zone on the above illustration. That red zone, as you can see, the resistance zone here, was between 1.3175 and 1.3265. Heading back over the chart, 1.3175 is the bottom black line, 1.3265 is the top one. Making this prediction is what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about OTZs. We have a few different ways to point them out, but what I'm going to share with you today is something we've shared a couple of times on YouTube, but this is just to further prove the accuracy of these OTZ zones and to further prove the reasoning behind why you need to be trading around optimal trading zones and not just the best entry reason or the best strategy you've come across so far, further explaining why the optimal trading zones are important. As you can see, the market here dropping by 169 pips, counter trend level here on the pound dollar OTZ. Let's take a look at why we were interested in this level in the first place, why we were interested in the optimal trading zone. And we'll talk a little more about the Pro Trader Report in just a little bit as well. But this optimal trading zone is in play because we went out to a very high time frame. For us, that's a daily chart. Very high can be subjective. You can think very high is weekly or monthly charts, depending on what type of trader you are. We place most of our trades here at the trading channel on the 4-hour chart, and for that reason, our higher time frame is the daily chart. So on this daily chart, we found a level in the market that had been tested as resistance multiple times. We created a zone out of this level that had been tested as support and resistance multiple times, as you can see here. And after creating that zone, we decided that if we're looking for counter trend opportunities, which this was on the 4-hour time frame, then our OTZ, our optimal trading zone for counter trend opportunities, would be between 1.3175 and 1.3265. As you can see, when the market came into that level, and I'll post a screenshot of the Pro Trader Report to the left so you can see the before and after. So before we were looking at this zone, we had just pushed up into it, expecting this major push down of at least 100 pips, which ended up being 169 pips here on the pound dollar. And once we got there, the market did exactly what we expected, and since then pushed down well over 100 pips from that zone. And the way we pointed out this zone, again, is looking for an optimal zone that the market has respected in the past as support and resistance multiple times. So one way that we use OTZ or optimal trading zones is not just looking for the last level of resistance, the last level of support, but combining multiple levels of support and resistance, as well as combining that with indicators. So this market was also heavily overbought in this area. So we got a heavily overbought market coming into a multiple tested level of structure, creating, again, the OTZ that pushed this market down 169 pips, an OTZ for a counter trend trading opportunity on the pound dollar. Now, let's go back to the 4-hour chart and let's talk a little more about the Pro Trader report itself. The Pro Trader report is right here. This report is sent to members of the Pro Trader report program every single Monday morning. This one specifically was sent at 2:37 a.m. And in case you're wondering, no, I do not sleep whatsoever. I get about 2 hours of sleep per night. So at about 2:37 a.m. on Monday, they received this alert talking about the pound dollar moving up into what I considered to be an optimal trading zone for a counter trend play for this upcoming week. We have 4 different optimal trading zones that we're going to take a look at today, and I'm going to explain the reasoning behind each of them. But if you don't want to do the work yourself and you would rather be involved in the Pro Trader report and receive my analysis on the OTZs or my optimal trading zones, I'm going to be sending out my top 3 to 5 optimal trading zones to everyone involved in the Pro Trader report. We currently still have about 20 spots left in the Pro Trader report. So if you'd like to start receiving these emails every Monday, then you can do so by clicking the link in the description labeled Pro Trader report and learn a little more about this program. This program is also extremely inexpensive. It will cost you less than filling up a tank of gas on one of those tiny smart cars. So if you're interested in that, click the link below labeled Pro Trader report. Otherwise, we are going to take a look now at the New Zealand dollar Pro Trader report. Here, as you can see on the New Zealand dollar, we said that we were coming up into an optimal trading zone, which we'll talk about in just a second. The New Zealand dollar, if we look left on this pair, you can see that this zone we have highlighted in red has acted as support and resistance many times in the past. This indicates that we could see it act as resistance once again. The New Zealand dollar is currently entering a zone that I consider to be a good zone to look for possible short trades. So personally, throughout the week, I'll be looking for short trades in this area. The area 0.6859 to 0.6907. Let's go to that area and also to that chart on the New Zealand dollar. Very similar to the pound dollar here, you can see that that zone once hit, and I'll put a screenshot to the left of the actual Pro Trader report on this zone so you can see the before and after. That zone once hit though did in fact push the market down, and we normally look for about a 100 pip push down from these levels. This currently is only pushed down about 58 pips, so really expecting this market to continue to push down at least to our next optimal trading zone, which is right around this most previous level of resistance at 0.6797. That's an area we'll be looking for possible long trades out of the New Zealand dollar. This will be our next optimal trading zone. And in case you're wondering, Pro Trader report gang, this will be on the next OTZ Pro Trader report whenever we come out with it next week, if the market doesn't get there within this week. So that's our next zone, and again, we're going to take a look at why this is the case. The reason we were looking at this as a zone, if we go out, again, we look at our daily chart here at the trading channel because we trade mostly on a 4-hour chart, and we can see that we have a level of structure resistance inside of the zone here, support inside of the zone here, support inside of the zone here, resistance, resistance, resistance. We have a level or zone, OTZ, of structure looking left that has been tested multiple times. Considering that to be the case, we know that that's a possible counter trend level to start looking for trading opportunities, a possible optimal trading zone for us here at the trading channel, and that's exactly what we used in order to point out this zone in the Pro Trader report. So here's the before picture. Once again, market just coming into the level, and as you could see the last time we took a look at the New Zealand dollar, we have since then pushed down by about 50 pips. Now, the Euro New Zealand is an example of a pair that had 2 different optimal trading zones at the moment that we sent out the Pro Trader report. This pair had an optimal trading zone above it in trend continuation and an optimal trading zone right below it in a counter trend move. So we pointed out both in this Pro Trader report. As you can see, the zones of resistance were 1.6688 and 1.6742. Between that area, we were looking for possible short trades, and the support zone 1.6562 and 1.6593. Let's head over to the Euro New Zealand. Feel free to pause the video and read this entire description if you would like to. But we're going to head over to the Euro New Zealand and check out what this pair has done. As you can see, this currency pair has went from those lows that we were talking about. This is where that market ended up. Didn't quite make it into our OTZ for a possible counter trend play, so we didn't get any kind of trading opportunity out of there, although the market did push up after getting very close to that zone. Now, after pushing up, what have we done? We've actually gotten to the top part of our optimal trading zone up towards 1.67 4.2. Now, we're at the top of this zone and currently looking for possible short trading opportunities on the Euro New Zealand from our optimal trading zone. And the same reasoning behind this one was actually a nice trend continuation play. We have a market that started pushing down. We have more than a 3 push down move. What do I mean by that? We have our first leg, second leg, third leg down. That is putting us into what we consider a downtrend here on the Euro New Zealand. And now we're starting to push back up, coming into our OTZ for an optimal trading zone trend continuation play. And that's what we'll be doing down on a lower time frame, is looking for possible trades here. As you can see, we are actually making a double top at this moment here at this zone. And as soon as we got to the top of the zone, put in a pretty nice candlestick right here with a long wick to the top side doji. So that's what we're looking for here on the Euro New Zealand. And of course, what we'll see is either this market push down or push up. It's one of the two. And if we do push down, we'll wait for this market to get around our next OTZ for possible targets and for a possible push up out of this market. So that's the Euro New Zealand. We'll go back to the Pro Trader report, take a look at our last Pro Trader report, which was on the dollar Swiss. You can read along with me if you would like to. Lastly, a look at the dollar Swiss. This pair has just broken above resistance area, and we are hoping to see a reversal into an uptrend on this pair. I plan to take advantage of this reversal from the highlighted green box. This is a zone that has shown some importance looking left, acting as support and resistance. So if the market makes it to this area this week, then I'll be looking for trend continuation opportunities out of this zone. So the zone was between 0.9886 and 0.9909. As you can see, the market had not made it to that zone, just as with all of the Pro Trader report trades. And if we go over to the dollar Swiss, you can see that this pair came into the zone rather quickly. I'll zoom out to the daily chart first. We came right into the top part of that zone at 0.9909, and as soon as we made it into that zone, we pushed up a little over 30-40 pips. This pair actually has a really low ATR, so we weren't expecting quite a 100 pip bounce out of this area, but this is a trend continuation play, and we currently still expect this to make new higher highs out of the dollar Swiss. So that's a look at our Pro Trader report on the dollar Swiss. As you can see, working out really well. Again, I'll put a screenshot to the left of before and afters on this currency pair. In this optimal trading zone, again, guys pointed out, because of multiple levels of structure looking left, along with being in trend continuation. This is how you point out those optimal zones. The optimal counter trend zones are going to be multiply tested levels of structure. The optimal trend continuation zones are going to have defined rules as well. In this OTZ system that I use, I have never released before to the public, and I'm going to try to start incorporating it into more YouTube videos like this, but there's no way for me to actually put all of the information here on YouTube because it would take way too long to explain in a video. So for that reason, I have actually created an entire course for the first time sharing the OTZ system, and that course is available and is absolutely free as a bonus if you decide to sign up for the Pro Trader report. Again, we have a few spots available for the Pro Trader report still. This program is extremely inexpensive, and in it you will receive my top 3 to 5 trading opportunities, OTZs, optimal trading zones, each and every single week, each and every Monday, bright and early, so that you can use these zones to improve your trading accuracy, or just to learn more about them by watching a professional trader point out these zones himself every single week, along with getting access again to that optimal trading zone, that OTZ system that I talked about earlier. So if you want access to both of those, there's a link in the description for the Pro Trader report. I hope you were able to get some value out of this video. If you're not interested in the Pro Trader report, totally fine too. There's also a link in the description for some of our free educational content that we offer as well. Of course, make sure you're subscribed to be alerted when we come out with other educational content here for free on YouTube, and click that like button for me before you go. I will see you guys in the next video.